How's it going, guys? Welcome to Ambro's Landscaping YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about two companies that I think that either you should try to avoid working for or at least be extremely cautious if you do so. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so the two companies that we're going to be talking about is Ferrandino Sun and HomeAdvisor. I posted the same video not too long ago, but wound up deleting it because I was pronouncing Ferrandino as Fernando, and also the audio and video was kind of messed up towards the end of the video. I'm not sure too much of what happened. So the first company we're going to be talking about is Ferrandino Sun. Now Ferrandino Sun is basically a property maintenance company where they're basically a middleman for large corporations such as Walgreens. And what they do is they hire out to companies like me to maintain the property for Walgreens. So what happened was about 2 years ago, the company Ferrandino Sun called me to do maintenance on two of their Walgreens stores that they maintain in my local area. So I did, and I charged them a cleanup fee as well, because I always charge cleanup fees before we start a project. Now what happened was we did the cleanups for both properties, and then we did about 3 months maintenance for each property as well. Well, when we got up to those 3 months, about 4 months into working, I haven't received any payments from them, and so I told them I would not finish the last month unless we got some kind of payment in. So after about 5-6 months of arguing with these people, claiming that they already paid me or that they didn't receive my invoices, I actually wound up taking them to small claims court. Luckily, I had every email sent to me from them, from the lady I was talking to, who wound up getting me help, got me into the system. After talking to her for about 3 months, arguing with her, and then also talking to her manager or supervisor above her for about another month, basically what they do is they'll send you in circles promising that they're going to send you the checks, sending that they already did, or they don't owe you the money. They're going to do whatever they can to not pay you. So luckily I had email and proof that they agreed to pay me the cleanup fees and the service fees. And so when I filed a small claim suit against them, that was sent to their attorney. Their attorney contacted me right away and said, let's try to figure this out. So I had to send all the information, all the emails, and also let them know that I had voicemails from them confirming that I will be paid and the checks will be sent out. So luckily I was able to work things out with them. I had enough proof on my side to show that they were in the wrong, and I was able to settle with them, and I didn't have to go to court. And so they owed me over $1,400. I was luckily able to get that. It was about $29 to file a small claims, and then I had to pay a $60 service fee to have the papers served to them, since I am located in Washington State and their headquarters is in New York. So luckily it was less than $100 to file suit, but I was able to get the money that was owed to me. And I would like to say that's a happy ending to most people, but if you do go on Google, type in their name and look at their reviews, they have a horrible 1.2 star review. I think they have over 50 reviews with nothing but horrible things, with people in the same situation as me, but I was luckily able to get my money. And if you look at the reviews, I'm the one on the list because I think I was the most recent one to do it. The biggest mistake, and actually the biggest advice I can give to you guys if you do decide to do business with this company, is to get everything in email or everything in writing. That was the only thing that I was able to, I could use against them if I did have to go to court to win, and that's how I actually won my case against them, which is why they had to pay me, because I had emails confirming that they accepted the cleanup bid and then also the monthly maintenance bid. So if you can, I would highly recommend you stay away from this company. Just looking at the Google reviews, there are no good things about this company at all. And if you do decide to do it, I hope you don't, but be sure to get everything in email, in writing, so that you have enough proof if you do need to go to small claims court. Alright guys, so the next company that we're going to talk about is HomeAdvisor. I believe a lot of landscapers or a lot of people watching this know who HomeAdvisor is. If you haven't received any phone calls from them yet, you probably have seen some advertisement if you watch HGTV, since I do believe they have a partnership with them, or they're sponsored by them or something like that. HomeAdvisor used to be really bad back in the day, like really bad. I did business with them about 3 years ago. I did it only about 3-4 months with them, and basically what they used to do back in the day is they would charge you a $30 monthly charge plus lead fees. And what happened was, basically, just to keep the story short, I received 4 leads. 3 of them were nothing even close to me in my area. They were over in Seattle, or at least over a 2-hour drive. And the one that was in my area wasn't even in my area. It was actually someone in California that owned a property in California and in Washington State, and they got the addresses mixed up. So they charged me for all 4 leads plus about 4 months of membership fees, which was $30 a month. I was only able to get maybe about even half that back after arguing with them on the phone, because they claim that they don't get refunds and all they do is give credits, so I was only able to get half. Well, I was contacted by them every single year since, and of course I denied them. And this last year, I decided to sign up back with them just because they had a completely new way of doing it. In a sense, instead of the $30 monthly fee, it was a $2.99 annual fee, and then no contracts, obligations, and then you got charged per leads. And the only reason why I decided to go back with them was because I asked for $200 in free leads up front, because that's how much they took from me when I first did business with them. So luckily I was able to get that $200. In the past, I think 4 or 5 months since I've been with them, I have received around 29 leads. About at least half of the people never even call me back, so I was able to get those refunds. And I'll give you a couple tips right after I'm done with this story on working with them. I have received 2 jobs from them, so luckily it's paid back my membership, the little $100, and even those weren't even charged to me because they were all free leads. So other than that, some of the tips I have for you if you do decide to do business with Home Advisor, I would be very cautious, but same as the previous one, as Ferrandino Sun, is to get as much stuff in email as you can, agreements. I would highly recommend that you ask for leads lists of each lead. So for instance, if you're doing landscaping and lawn care, ask what it costs for each individual lead. And remember, they have 3 sets of leads. They have regular leads, which basically happens is that a customer goes to their website, they basically get 3 landscapers, so me and 2 others in my area, sends them off to this person and says, here you go, here's 3 in your area, pick one. And then they have ones called exact leads, which basically the person signs up, and I believe from what the gentleman told me, he was really confusing. And from what I believe is that they basically line you up with this person and says, here's this guy right here. He's in your local area. He's the closest or whatever. And then they have commercial leads, which are even more. So for instance, if we take an example such as lawn care or maintenance, a regular lawn care mowing lead, a regular one, the lowest one, would cost about $14 and something cents. Now, if it's an exact lead, it costs about $22 and something cents. And if it's a commercial lead, it's even more. So be sure that you get all 3 types of lead prices, because they've been charging me more. For instance, recently I just received a snow removal lead. In my email that they sent to me, which I will show you on the screen, snow removal was priced at about $10 and something cents, I believe is what it is. Well, this one that they sent me not too long ago I was charged $33. So I asked them, why are you charging me 3 times more than what was quoted? And they told me, well, because it was an exact lead and a commercial lead, they're way more expensive. So be sure you read the fine print. In my honest opinion, I would probably just stay away from them. Watching a couple videos on YouTube, there's guys that don't have, that really got screwed over. Luckily, I haven't been like that, because I've been kind of standoffish with them. So if you can, I would highly recommend you probably either stay away from them or be extremely cautious. The last time 3 years ago when I did business with them, I actually had to cancel my credit card because they were continuing to charge it. So that is one thing you have to worry about, is that if you give them your credit card information, most likely you will have to cancel it and start a new one. Now, what I'm having a problem with recently is that since I was getting charged for all these leads and people not calling me back, I just spoke on the phone with a guy and he told me, okay, well, we don't give refunds. This is probably the biggest thing about Home Advisor. They don't give you refunds. They will only give you credits towards your account, which is really stupid. So he promised me 5 free leads, no matter what the pricing is, in exchange for all, everything that's been going on. So, within those 29 leads that I've received in the past few months, I've only been charged for 6, and I actually shouldn't even be charged for it because I have $200 in free leads. So that's something I'm going to have to call them about again. If you do decide to talk to one of these people, get their name and information, and then have them send you an email right away confirming all that. Because what happened just a couple days ago, I talked to this gentleman that promised me the 5 leads, and I haven't seen it on my account, and I should have got his name in an email sent to me stating that I will be receiving 5 free leads. So that's something I actually got to go do right now and be sure to call them. So anyways, that's basically it. So for Home Advisor, you know, like I said, and get all the leads prices right up front in email. Get as much information and agreements in email as well, that you way have proof, or if you do have to take them to small claims court, because they do get really expensive. Leads can go anywhere from $10, and I believe I've seen them up to $50 or $70 if you're in a different field. For the landscaping field, I think the highest is, I'm sure, around $40, especially if it's a commercial one. Could be even more than that, so be very cautious. And then if you do decide to go with them, like I said, just be very careful. Read the reviews on Google, watch some YouTube videos on how this company acts. I think the biggest thing is that they don't give refunds, and that's where a lot of people are not having fun, because your credit card's getting charged and they won't refund you. So be very cautious. Alright guys, so those are the two companies that I would try to avoid and watch out for. A lot of these property maintenance companies, there are some good ones out there, but sadly Ferrandino Sun is by far one of the worst ones. I've never had a problem with a company or even a client that neglected or wanted to not even pay me at all, and that's the first time I ever had to take anyone to small claims court. And like I said, I wouldn't have won it if it wasn't for having everything in emails. So be safe out there, be smart, be sure to review any kind of reviews on these companies by either going to possibly the BBB. I hear even that website is possibly corrupt by even say if a company like Ferrandino Sons has a bad review, well, all they have to do is pay out the BBB to, you know, take off a bad review on them, and they're fine. So those are stories I've heard, not saying it's true, but just be a little bit cautious out there, because there are a lot of scammers. So luckily I haven't been too much of a victim of them, since I've been able to kind of get out of a lot of stuff, but there are some unlucky people. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helps you guys. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment box down below. Like, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time on Ambro's Landscaping.